The weekend that has just passed marked the 25th anniversary of South Korea joining the OECD. Becoming a member of the organization was truly a milestone for South Korea, and ever since then, the country's economy has come along leaps and bounds. But that was then, and this is now. So what does the future of the relationship hold going forward? Kim Sung-min reports.
Exactly 25 years ago in 1996, South Korea became a member state of the OECD based on 3 decades of dramatic economic growth. In that time, the country had grown its GDP per capita by 123-fold, an achievement dubbed the miracle on the Han River.
Here in the middle of Seoul is the Han River. The miracle on the Han River changed the area behind me from muddy ground to highways and skyscrapers in a few short years. But after such dramatic growth, the next question was how to keep it going.
In that task, South Korea had a partner in the OECD. There, South Korea could learn from its fellow member states to figure out what types of reform will work best as it moved towards a market economy.
This involved a greater exposure to competitive forces, better governance for financial institutions and corporates, as well as a more flexible labor market coupled with a stronger social protection.
And in the 25 years since then, South Korea has proven that the so-called miracle was not a fluke. It's now Asia's 4th largest economy, with a GDP that's grown another 2.7 times as of 2020 to $1.6 trillion. Last year, its exports were the world's 7th largest. But while South Korea has come a long way, the journey's far from over. In the background of this dramatic growth are some of the most pressing issues, like an extraordinarily low birth rate. The country's total fertility rate has been steadily decreasing to a new all-time low last year of 0.84, the lowest in the OECD. Gender inequality was a serious concern back in 1996 and is still lists today, South Korea having the OECD's biggest gender wage gap. So what does the country's path forward look like in the next 25 years?
As far as social issues are concerned, the Nordic European economies are perhaps a good example to get inspiration from, because they have achieved flexicurity, which means combining a more flexible labor market and a less dualistic labor market than the one in Korea, with a higher degree of social protection than is offered right now in Korea.
Now, what about the people? How do they want to shape the next 25 years? They generally agree on one thing.
I hope that in 25 years, South Korea will have equality.
Equality, because even as a grown-up person myself, I can sense that young people and teenagers are not given fair opportunities.
I just want to tell other young people in my generation, those who will lead the country in the future, not to give up, because we will have our time to shine.
김성민, 아리랑 뉴스.